Wow, I'm going to try to be as precise about the energies coming in. There is a sense of disruption, but then construction is like in between. And of course, there's a full moon coming, and that is a full-on programming, constantly being broadcasted. It's a very interesting energy coming in at the moment, actually. I wanted to talk about the lunar nodes as a part of the frequency program that we are all collectively had agreed upon when we are connected to astrology. And this might not be the most popular subject at the moment, but I've talked about the moon program before, and how we've been giving away our power, and how the moon coming in and hijacking the Earth's magnetic field into a loop, and creating, tying up women and their cycles and their fertility cycles, and creating a whole matrix around it. And that has been dismantled, and yet we still kind of loop into it. So it's really interesting because there are so many aspects to astrology, and I don't want to get into the 3D, 5D, but there is a multi-layer reality happening at the moment. So while we can utilize astrology as a guide, as guidelines, or as a, how I call it, archetypes, energetic archetypes that are working with our psyche, we have to make sure that we don't fall into the astrology trap of thinking that it's like, this is how it is. So now we have a full moon, now we have Lion's Gate. So it becomes a loop. And what happens is that then we become, I guess, we put our power outside, and we think that that's all there is. And we are way more powerful, and we can create, when truly create in 0 point, when we disconnect from all of these programs. So utilize astrology as a guide with the archetypical energies that are at play, which means, for me, how I use it is, this is what's going on at collective level. This is, I'm also subject to feeling these energies, but then I'm more aware and observe my thought patterns, my thought waves. If I'm feeling defeated, if I'm feeling emotional, if I'm feeling, of course, I can use this to work deeper with myself and my psyche and all of my wounds, and but also making sure that I don't go too deep into the game where it feels disempowering. It has to feel empowering. So we have to utilize these energies for growth. And at the moment, yes, the archetypical nodes that are happening with all the Pluto squaring and all the retrogrades and all of these that I don't have to go through, because there's plenty of information at the moment out there about astrology. But if we can utilize these energies, which is basically our opportunity to step into our power, place boundaries, self-deep knowledge and self-love, and really turn off all of those cords that tell us that we are not good enough, that we need to constantly be running away from our emotions and our feelings, or that we're going to be saved, or we are powerless, and all of this. It goes year after year. We have this wash and repeat cycle. And if you go through your Facebook page, you'll notice the same information is being given during eclipse times, retrogrades, during full moons, super full moons, Lion's Gate. It's the same, because it's the same energy imprint. It's a program. It's like the seasons. Here comes the sun, it goes. Here's winter. Now this is spring. This is when we plant our seeds. It's the same. It's cycles. So each cycle we have the opportunity to release layers. but also we have the opportunity to be brave and make changes and cut ties and break free from our own programming. And that is the most difficult, because we tend to project outside and thinking that it's out there what needs to change. And how many times do we have to say change starts with us, our ability to change our perception, our attitudes, our belief system, our ideas, and be present. So I actually received a lot of information around what's happening in August, but then I realized it's another cycle. Is it worth it? Is it worth going through all of this? Do you want to hear it again? And if you do, let me know. I'll make a video about it with exactly the dates and what's coming up for us and all of this. But part of me is like, when are we just gonna say, okay, another cycle? We created all of this, Mitch. This is our game. This is our program. We are the programmers and the program and the gamers and the game. So we're all of it. If we really grasp that, then it's true liberation. That's a true liberation. And that's where we're heading. And these are the energies at play anyway. And what's coming is coming, and we can't control it. We're not in control. So we better just at least understand and be ready and work consciously. Yeah. Okay.